Hi Aquarius, welcome to October 2020. This is the astrology portion of your horoscope. Stay tuned for the tarot or follow the timestamp listed below. So Aquarius, we begin the month with a full moon and we end the month with a full moon. The first being in Aries with particular link to Chiron and tension with Saturn. So this is all aspecting the 3rd and the 12th house for you, meaning that it's worthwhile having a little peek inside that head of yours and seeing what fears are coming up, particularly around how you express yourself and communicate your needs. There could be some interesting developments around your communication, or you could be hearing interesting news in the first 2 weeks of the month. The new moon in Libra on the 16th is quite tricky in terms of its aspects to the Aries energy. And Libra for you is your 9th house of higher ideals, learning and philosophy. It is a wonderful time to learn a new practice. You could be reading a new book, self-help, particularly motivated philosophy, or using your mind to work through any challenges that have been coming up for you for Mars in retrograde. So do look up my Mars in retrograde video. I will go in more depth for the signs on that, but those type of lessons will really be coming to a head. And the full moon at the end of the month is a blue moon, but not astrologically speaking, but that doesn't stop it being any less magical because it's happening in Halloween. So it's in Taurus, it's in your family sector. You might have very unexpected developments in terms of a home situation or in terms of a family member. But it's looking quite positive. Venus is trining Saturn, which is in your 12th house. So I feel like any secrets, particularly if they're to do with romance or intimacy, are actually going to be quite exciting. I think there could be some exciting developments come up for you around this time in your love life, in your family life, and with your relationships in general, because Uranus is your ruler and it is very much taking care of this full moon in a big way, and the ruler of this full moon is Venus, which is in positive aspect to Saturn, your ancient ruler. So look out for some pleasant surprises around the end of the month. This is a tough month astrologically for most people, but there are beautiful points in it. Venus is in Libra from the 27th, something that's really going to help with your money and your love life if you can keep optimistic, Aquarius. Stay tuned for the tarot. I'll see you soon. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your tarot portion for October 2020. The card that popped out as I was shuffling for you was the World. So I think for a lot of you there seems to be an interesting new cycle coming in for you. Which makes sense, we're beginning the home stretch to get to Saturn and Jupiter in your sign. There's going to be a lot of Aquarian energy coming forward. So let's have a little look at what the rest of the cards have to say for you. There could be some degree of accomplishment or success in October for you. But there's a lot of tense energy hitting off with your 12th house. So let's stay open-minded. Let's stay open. The Hanged Woman. Let's stay open. Let's see things from a different perspective. Let's not feel stuck. Because being stuck has only ever been an illusion. Not necessarily to an Aquarius, unless you have a gateway or a spaceship or something into outer space or a way of going into another dimension, you will feel stuck. So you need to make sure that you have some kind of psychological getaway. And I'm not asking you to be an escapist per se. I'm just saying you need something that you can get lost in at the moment. 10 of Pentacles, the Death card, the 6 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and Judgment. Wow. Big. Ooh. Okay, underneath 5 of Swords. To clarify Judgment, we have the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, 5 of Swords underneath. Cool. Let's have a little look and see what your cards are saying. Wow. Let's talk about the challenge. That would be you. Knight of Swords. The challenging energy is speed. It is momentum. It is feeling the desire to do things even. It can be a rash energy. It can be when you feel frustrated, particularly at the beginning of the month, the first 2 weeks or so, there is an impatience, there is a frustration, there is anger, there is a backlog of grievances that you thought you were bigger than and beyond. Very closely linked to the past. There's a big opportunity here, Aquarius, that there is a presence in your life that wasn't there a couple of weeks ago. There is a person, either new with a feeling of familiarity or someone that you did used to know. Because the Six of Cups and Judgment is always this boom from the tomb. I think for a lot of you it's a person. I think for many of you Aquarians, you were quite possibly badly hurt, or you badly hurt an air sign. An Aquarius, a Libra, a Gemini, someone who, of course, seemed, as the sun compatibilities do, someone who seemed quite a good fit, or a good match intellectually, perhaps a friendship, perhaps a sibling, could for sure be a sibling if you're estranged with one. Or even for some of you with the 12th house being aspected so much, perhaps this is a moment of clairvoyancy. Perhaps you're connecting very much to someone who's no longer here. Aquarians often possess that psychic ability because oftentimes in your chart you have a lot of Piscean energy. But I digress. A lot of you could have been through no other means of what was familiar, just through simply doing things the way you always did. I think a lot of you could have become very disconnected and very detached from people who I think still need you, or want to be with you. That can be friendship, that can be anything. But I can't help but feel like with the Death card in the middle, there has been a severance of some kind that possibly you had a big part to play in. So whatever this is, I think that there is an energy comes around again with Mars retrograding through Aries, the full moon, all these aspects to Chiron. The world is healing and people aren't good at healing. Why do you think the world is so sick? People aren't good at healing. People aren't good at seeing their pain and acknowledging it or soothing it. You know, either they want someone else to soothe it or they whatever. You're different. You have a big revelation this month about what you can do. You have a big message coming through from someone else through whatever channel it is. You know, maybe it's an email, maybe it is a conversation, but I think that this is a very, very big conversation that will change things. These are generals in mind, so just, you know, obviously keep that in your mind. But the aspects between your 3rd house and your 12th, Aquarius, the astrology supports this too. So I think for a lot of you, there are big, big messages coming through, and I think you'll have to think about them. I think you'll have to meet somebody there. I think you'll have to meet someone halfway. I think, no matter what information you're receiving or what message, remember to look enthusiastic. Try. Let's see. Okay, it's a surprise. I can't tell you. But the High Priestess and the Magician, okay, it's something that you would work really well with. It's a very compatible energy for you. Mars is challenging you though. Mars is challenging you to speak your truth, to say what you want to say, to feel how you want to feel, to communicate yourself the way that you need to. One thing that I'm seeing about this conversation is that it surprises you the depth of somebody else. It surprises you that someone could keep such feelings hidden Or someone could know you so well in a way that you thought you had kept hidden. All I can say, Aquarius, is that I think that this is good. I think that there's a conversation out of the blue that's very healing. With the Six of Cups, for a lot of you, it's love. For a lot of you, it's a deeper connection with somebody. And that's why I'm saying look enthused if someone tells you how they feel. And it's nice. If someone tells you how they feel and it's bad, I think it's because there's something in the shadows manifesting that is actually with the Magician card and the High Priestess. I feel like the universe is working for you behind the scenes. And another thing is that the High Priestess is the guardian to the 12th house, in my opinion. She is the gatekeeper. She decides if you use her, whether or not you can actually get into that space. Many people go through life without getting into that space. Many people go through life without using a High Priestess energy. You can blindly walk through life without seeing who you really are at times. And with the Judgment energy, I don't think that would suit you anymore. I feel that there is a big conversation. Maybe it's about money. Maybe it's about your career. Maybe it's a big opportunity that comes in and you have to think on your feet and you feel kind of sluggish and you don't know how to make that move. You don't know, be ready is what I'm trying to say. Just be ready for whatever this is, because it seems to be significant and you need to be prepared. So work on yourself, work on your head, work on your manifestation powers, stay with small things. Yes, try and manifest small things, focus on details, focus on things that are working, focus on projects, because when this happens, we want you to be in a good space. Now, the Five of Swords underneath, what I mean by underneath is that it was on the bottom of the deck. And what the Five of Swords generally is when you can feel like you're in a battle zone and you're having to do things you don't want to do to win, or you're having to cut other people in order to win. Patience, Angel of Love, woman holding a heart in the 5th chakra. Well, I think the cards just owned you. There is somebody that wants to give you love. There's somebody who wants to tell you how they feel. And maybe it's you. Maybe you want to tell somebody how they feel. With the 5th chakra, I feel that the throat chakra is blocked. If you could envision, like he has here, blue energy around your throat. Go to Reiki. Have your throat chakra cleared. You see his trumpet? If you have a throat chakra blockage, you're afraid of making noise. You're afraid of being heard. You're afraid of what will happen when you're heard. But by Lord, Aquarius, someone's been waiting a long time to hear what you think. Or you've been waiting a long time to hear this. And it's huge. Thank you for joining me here. We're going to jump into the extended. It's linked below, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Aquarius.